All right, want to start by saying Barakatha Yah.
Israel spiraling out of control with inner turmoil. Violent protests erupting of Israelis on their own government. The unprecedented demonstrations reaching a breaking point. The rare uprising blocking roads and disrupting trains, clashing with police who fired stun grenades and water cannons.
As many as 200,000 protesters gathered in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv over the weekend to protest Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's proposal, which would weaken the judicial branch in Israel, in particular, the Supreme Court in Israel. Now, at issue is Netanyahu.
That being said, shalom, shalom, Yahshua. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashib, Yahweh Shah, Bahashir Rakadash, which are Paleo Hebrew tongues, correct names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living in this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. As you can see from them clips, at mostly all major countries right now are rioting and protesting against their government. Why? Because what that dude that said in the clip we heard, people are aware that the World Economic Forum, which is the beast system, has taken over their government and is enacting the beast system, to the displeasure of the people. And that's what's happening right now. Your Babylonians, Americans are the dumbest people on the face of the planet. So they don't really know what's going on, don't care what's going on. Long as they can watch their football, basketball, got a little something to eat, something to do, they're good. They're not going to riot like that unless, George Soros comes with his Black Lives Matter and pays people to riot. Like, America's Babylonians got to be paid to riot. They don't riot when their rights are getting taken away. They just lay down and take it. But as far as people in other countries, I noticed they're more of a higher intellect. Like, they're more in tune to what's going on. And so they're rioting because they see what the elites are doing, the elite bankers, the World Economic Health Forum. And it's so bad. It's bad when Israelis are protesting their government. These are the people that's supposed to have dibs in on the little bullshit, but these are your everyday working people, and they know they don't have a ticket on those arcs, those space stations, the billion-dollar bunkers. They starting to find out they ain't got a ticket on one of them. So what they doing, they lashing out. Like, hold up, you can't do that to us, the people that's, I done worked and did all this, and now this how you gonna repay me? So the people are in the uproar, and it's only going to increase as the devil, the Edomites, the elite Edomites, because you see the work class Edomites, they're angry. They starting to see they getting did just like us. So they like, oh, no, hold up. I'm supposed to have privilege. You're supposed to do me like that. I done help build your system and forge your enterprise. This how you gonna do me? Elites like, yep. Thank you for being a good little underdog, little underling, and it is what it is, man. You ain't part of the elites. Sorry for you. So the people, man, they about to rebel, and this thing they're gonna profit off of this, the elites, because this is what they want. They want the people to rebel, tear everything up. That way, what the elites can do, enact martial law. When they enact martial law, they can bring the beast system fully online, fully all the way. The Constitution, law suspended, it's going to be what they say go, what they say they want. They already got their new rules in place. It's going to be a total, technocratic beast system. And we're looking at the birth of it. It's coming in with uproars of the people, man. They don't want it, because they know their rights and their freedoms about to be stripped away. The devil say we're overpopulated. He say stuff ain't right, and so he's got to bring the chaos, create chaos, and then he's going to bring in order, which is going to bring in order with that sword. That's going to be that devil coming down with great wrath, using his military powers, the whole military powers. This military is really, all the world militaries are built up to attack the people. They're not there to defend their countries. Their countries already have given up their power to the beast, the elite Edomites. They're there to make sure the people go with the beast system. That's what's about to happen. That's the next move in prophecy that we're going into. And so you can see, the birth pains kicking in. You know, you tell Yahweh Shah's on the way back. You tell the kingdom of heaven is being brought forth because these are the birth pains that we're witnessing, the uproars of the people. So let's go to the scriptures on that, because this is why we say getting this truth and, you know, seek the Lord with all your heart. Because when this uproars hit, because, you know, you got technology in play. They're doing chemical warfare. That's another reason people rebelling. They're starting to see the devil doing chemical warfare on them with the Ohio trail derailings. We found out Minnesota has a nuclear plant that's leaked over 400-something thousand gallons of radioactive material in the water. And tell how long we've been drinking that. They just found that out. I think it started in 2022, and we just not found it out now. So the people mad about that. And they're going to riot, man. And the devil knows it. So he got his, you know, his droid army, you know, the robotic police force in place, the people, because a lot of people going to come rebel on the people's side. You know, these sheriffs and police force gonna be like, man, hold up, man. I'm supposed to do that. I got family out here too. Hold up. The devil know that. So that's why he got super soldiers and he got a robotic police force that's going to take the place of his standard infantry military, because the military, he know they not gonna comply. That's also what they got. You know, they probably already got the CHIP in their heads. They're gonna just remote control them. You know, the ones that's in the military, they're gonna, you know, put a device in them and just control them like that. So this devil's ready for it, and you're gonna see people fight, because once all hell breaks loose, you know, Walmart, the little trucks gonna start getting robbed for the supplies they got. Then, you know, really they're already like cashing out. You got Michael Jordan about to sell all his stakes in his team. Let you know he's running to his bunker, at least running to their bunker. These banks gonna collapse. These trucks gonna start getting robbed for all the goods they got on them. The Walmart store is gonna get raided. That's why they're closing the Walmarts. They're pulling out because, you know, these stores about to get raided for all the supplies they got, and it's about to be straight craziness that's about to happen. And if you don't have the Lord with you, you're not gonna make it through this, because it's gonna be, I'm talking about mobs and mobs of angry people that's hungry. You know, there's gonna be cannibalism out here when the food gets short. All these sick, weirdo, demonic people that, you know, want to do demonic stuff, but they've been in check by society. They're gonna be able to unleash how they feel. Human trafficking is gonna increase because all the little cartels gonna take over and do what they want to do. And especially women and children gonna be the most vulnerable. You know, the women, I don't need no man. Man ain't nothing. Ooh, hey, especially man of the Lord. Hey, if you got the power with you, your value is going to skyrocket, because there's going to be pockets of salvation that's going to be with the men of the Lord, and they're going to be very precious. That's why the Lord said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Because now, like, if you in this truth and you seeing it, everything is about to come into place, seeing prophecy in its fullness, you'll see how the value of the man of the Lord is going to go up. If the Lord is dealing with him and gives him protection and gives him provision, food and whatnot, he's going to be like he's going to be everything in this dark hours that the world is about to go into when it goes to this violent transition into this beast system. You know, it's going to be two things. You're going to either run the Esau and his beast system to get what you need, or you're going to need a man of the Lord to get what you need. There's only going to be two major players in this event that's about to unfold. You know, Lord willing, us men in this truth, we're the men of the hopeful elect. We are those men. You know, that's why we go on the highway and hedges. That's why we do these video epistles. We want that, you know, that favor from the Lord. We know it. So just like how a woman, if she was intelligent, is you know, being right with her man, you know, us men of Yahweh Shah, we getting right with our power, you know, because we know we need him. We know we need him. We know we're not going to make it out here without him. So we're doing everything in our power to please our power. Yahweh Shah. Therefore, we'll have the hedge of protection. And once we get the hedge of protection, we can, you know, we'll be made those righteous judges, and we can disperse that, you know, how we see fit on the people that's up under us. That's how this order is going to work out. And what's going to create that whole dynamic is going to be the chaos that's going to unfold. These riots that's going to increase and get more intense. Like, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. For instance, Trump, they said that he might go to prison Tuesday. He told his followers to protest for him, which, you know what that means? He means riot. And they're going to do it. They rioted when he lost his, you know, his candidacy, his presidency, And they're going to ride even big time when he go in. Because they, like, these Edomites, man, they see what's about to go down. They know their country is done with. So with the swords they got, you know, they're going to just go out and, you know, put the power in their hands with their scripture. Let's go to that. Let's start off. This is, I'm going to start at 14. Second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Thus those riots, the uproars, it's going to be government versus the people. And it's going to turn into an all-out war, civil war. It's about to happen real soon. And they got guns. Babylon the Great, like the average working citizen has, you know, high-tech military power. You got ex-military people out here in the working class. There's people that's straight gun fanatics. They have high-powered rifles. That's why Joe Biden just signed an executive order trying to peel the guns back, which that's just going to further create the civil war, because they're not going to get their guns up. Edomite is not about to give his blessing up. You can bet that. You know, you try to come get an Edomite's guns, they're going to give you the bullets first. You know, that's his blessing. You know, Jake might comply with that, but your little country, everyday Edomite, country bunking redneck, man, they're not going to do it. They're going to fight the government. So I'm looking at the police force like, do y'all get paid enough? Do y'all really know what's about to go down? You about to fight about millions upon millions of angry Americans. What they call themselves patriots. They about to bang. And then you know how Esau feel about Jake. So once there's no police force, no society, Esau get to go back to what, you know, how he want to be. He good to go on what they call it, nigger hunting. They're going to go back to, they're going to look at Jake. Jake's the reason why I lost my civilization. You know, if they just stayed in slavery, been slaves, everything been all good. But you wanted to be free and work and be like me. So they about to go out, man. You're going to see lynching come back. I said, boy, these Jakes have no idea, man. Esau about to show that he is the devil in the flesh when this thing comes to a head. And if Jake don't know about it, they're going to run to a bunch of group of Edomites. I need help. And Esau going to give you the help you want, all right. You know, if you were Eve, you about to get passed around. Like, this thing about to get ugly. It's about to, man, you about to see anarchy is what's about to happen. Chaos. You know, then once that happens, ain't going to be no running water. And ain't nobody be treating no chemical plants. Ain't nobody be going to work. Ain't nobody going to clock in. No, man, we looking at society about to collapse. Through war, civil war, government versus the people. That's what's about to happen. That's coming real soon. That's on the clock. That's the beginnings of the destruction of Esau's kingdom. And then I'm going to hit 16. For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions still stand in their power. See, they like, once these militia groups click up, they're going to say, hey, it's what we say go. Ain't gonna be the whole government political system got to collapse. Anybody gonna care what the mayor or president, you know, Joe Butthead had to say? They ain't gonna care. They say, I got the guns, so I got the power. So I'm going to create America the way America's supposed to be created, how I see fit. And there's gonna be big groups. You know, you're gonna have Stormfront, KKK. They ain't went nowhere. They just ready to, you know, rear their ugly heads again. Aryan Nation, Black Lives Matter, all kinds of factions and groups, man, gonna be fighting for control. They gonna control certain cities, certain lands, certain bridges, highways. That's why I'm gonna get to this right here. It's 2 Esdras 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So they're gonna have checkpoints. It's gonna be certain groups controlling, you know, certain, you know, resources. And it's gonna be straight vigilante stuff out here, man. It's gonna be like the purge. A worldwide purge is about to go down. And if you ain't got the Lord with you, you're not gonna make it through this at all. You know, you gotta have the Lord with you, man. You're gonna need that favor. And I can't stress it enough because I'm really seeing it come in the fold, you know, real clear, Yashara. Like, we are like maybe months, maybe a year away from all hell breaking loose. Because all hell breaking loose is when society collapses. And it's going to start with the banks, with the money. Soon as They say the dollars crash, man. Then you're going to see Babylonians riot and riot hard. They're going to come with the MOTB to try to create order, and it's not going to work. They'll try to pick it up a little bit, but it's just still going to spiral out of control to where it's just going to lead to all-out war. Everybody's fighting, trying to gain control of the world. And we already know who's going to get control of it. The saints. Yahweh Shai going to take the world. But, you know, all these groups, they're going to fight for it nonetheless. And if you out here naked, don't know you an Israelite, don't know Yahweh Shai, you're going to be caught up out here, man. You're going to be caught up out of here. It's going to be like The Last of Us times 500. You know, anybody that watched that show on HBO, The Last of Us, they give you a little vivid, you know, try to give you a little picture of how society going to collapse. And it's coming soon. Real soon. So I say this last little bit of liberty, it's time to get right with Yahweh Shai. So we'll go to this too. Because we go to the second Esdras territory. 16 and 70. Check it out. This is second Esdras 16 and 70. For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So that's a big clue on us that's serving the Lord, man. We're the first ones, the first target that they're going to try to attack when this event goes down. They're going to blame us. Some way, somehow, it's going to be our fault that Esau's system collapsed. And they're going to all them evil Israelites because of them, and they a hate group and this and that. And, you know, us sincerely in this truth, we ain't worried about it. We like, man, bring it, you know. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I serve? You know, so when you in this truth, man, you don't really have a fear of the end. You pretty much anticipate the end and you want it to come. Because that's when order going to be established. And then you'll find out, you know, are you really acceptable to Yahweh Shai? So us in this truth, sincerely, we ready for this. Like, I have no fear to the end. I'm really anticipating it. I want it to come. I want to see where I stand at, and we'll see. So we don't fear the end. And for you newcomers, you know, once you be in this truth and you edified to a certain level, that fear of the end will go away with you once as well, too. Because then you'll be like, man, I'm ready. I know, you know, what's acquired. Especially you got works under your belt, you're going to feel real good about yourself. And you'll be like, you know, I'm ready for the end. We'll see. Because it got to come for us to get in the kingdom. So, you know, let that be, man. You'll be ready for the end. And that really going to your stability, you know, because a lot of the people that's not ready, that's not in this sincerely, don't have faith, they're going to bug out. They don't have stability. Why? Because they don't have faith. They don't believe Yahweh Shai is going to save them. So the only thing they believe in is the system. Once the system gets, you know, taken out, you'll see their stability be gone. They're going to be, where I'm going to go? Where the meal comes from? They're going to bug out. They're going to bug out because they're afraid. They don't know, you know, they're not prepared to rough it. Like, you know, us that's sincerely in this truth. We ready to rough it. And we know it's going to be crazy. You know, like the scripture said, man, it's going to be great insurrection. It say insurrection, this is regular. It said great insurrection. So these people going to bug out to the highest level. You guys see an Edomite man just yop his whole family up and then go out and just yopping anybody he see just cuz. Or Jake just bugging out, yopping people up just cuz. You know, big groups. You know, a lot of wicked men get together in a big group. It's even worse. You know, a bunch of demons get together and they just going around raiding. You know, it's like, I used to watch this cartoon back in the day that pretty much showed you how this is going to be. It's called The Fist of the North Star. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. I don't even know they're showing it on TV no more. It's an old cartoon. And they remaked it, but I like the old one, the 80s version. And they pretty much showed you, man, a dude represented like the 144,000. There's a bunch of raiders going around. And they would rob the other people that's trying to get their stuff together, you know, trying to get some clean water or get some food together. They come through and take it, you know, they had gas, they had vehicles. And it was a dude named Kenshiro, man. He had 7 scars on his chest. Kind of like, you know, the number 7. That goes to Yahweh Shai's number completion. And he had a technique that was spiritual, man. You know, what you call it? Hokuto Shiken? Yeah, and he'll touch you. And he'll make your whole body explode, you know. one of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up watching that, you know. And in that show, it showed like the nuclear destruction that happened. It was just chaos everywhere. There was no government. It was just outlaws and regular people. And the people all rallied behind Kenshiro because he had that spiritual power. You know, man, they couldn't touch him, man. That dude was out of this world with it. And that's going to be the hopefully lake, the 144,000 going to be the same way. Now I see why that cartoon resonated with me so much. Now it's hitting me a whole lot harder when I was watching that, man. I was like, dang, I was watching, you know, the truth, basically. That Moabite or Ammonite read the Bible, then he wrote that show. He knew about the truth to a certain extent. And that's how it's going to be. And that's how, you know, us in this truth, the men necessarily doing this, you know, we do our best to be part of 144,000 because we want those abilities, man. We want to be a righteous judge. We want to be a hub to the rest of the nation, a hopeful elect, and be joint heirs and saviors with Yahushua. You know, that's our faith we believe in. That's what we desire. And Lord willing, we are part of that because we can see already what the Lord is doing by breaking down society. And really the 2/3, that's what they lean on. They get their comfort based on what Esau has provided. We want this to blow up. We want it to go. We want it to, you know, society to crumble, which is crumbling. And we're ready for, you know, what comes after that. And for you new brothers and sisters, I recommend that you stay in the house of David, you know, starting the Apostle Elder's Great Millstone, and brothers teach this truth, and get edified. That way, your spirit can be in that calm state as well. You'll believe that you're going to be saved. You know, you'll believe that. And once your faith is solidified in you, you believe that, you're not really worried about how this thing is going to go down. Or, you know, the raiders and the robot soldiers and the, you know, the super soldiers. You're not really worried about that, you know. You look like, y'all better watch out for me. That's how you're going to think about it. So this thing right here, man, it's going to be, and then like, you got to like harden up too, because you got to see, we about to see a lot of death. A lot of 2/3, a lot of people about to get put to death real soon. So let's go to second Edge. I'm going to bump up because it tells you that when you go to second Edge 16:22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So there's going to be two major ways people are going to be dying when society collapses. They're going to die of hunger. Like I said, nobody going to be going to Walmart and grocery stores. That stuff going to be done away with. Those going to be licked clean about the first couple of weeks of anarchy. It's going to be real hard to find food out here, especially when you ain't got no land to grow it your own. But you can be, say you got your own land, you growing your food, man. Somebody can just run up a whole group and run up on you, take your stuff. So only foolproof way to escape this is through the power of Yahushua. You gotta have that protection, man. And say if you know you got some food, what did it say too? You gonna die by the sword. So say you got some food, you know, doomsday prep, you got some food, man, a whole group of little Trump supporters, little KKK dudes roll up on you. Hey, they say get a food up. You don't get a food up, you want to fight, they're gonna blah, 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 and take your food. Then you die by the sword. You know, so that's why I be hearing all these scenarios from these jakes. It's not in the truth, man. They always tell me, oh, I'm about to get some land. Or, you know, I got guns. Or, you know, they always heard other ways how they going to get their salvation. It's never through the Lord. Never through the Lord, man. Only time I hear about salvation through the Lord is through, you know, the Akim. They be out there on the highway and hedges with me. That's the only time I really hear that. Everybody else is always a carnal means of salvation. I'm looking like, dude, that's not going to get it. You might get a good head start, but you're going to get overtaken by the floods and floods of, you know, hungry people, raiders, super soldiers, you know, the stuff that Esau got that's going to overtake you, man. So I be trying to tell people, man, it's through the Lord we going to win this thing. You got to have the Lord. And see what it is. And then like, a lot of people look at me crazy, you know, especially family members when I talk to them about spiritual power. A lot of people can't believe in that. That's too much above their strength. They look at that as fantasy. You know, they look at that as just something in the movies. But they don't realize, like, Esau got that from something. That was based on something. And they can't believe in that. They only think in carnal means. Because they're not spiritual people. So we at the point now, you can tell who's spiritual and who's not. And they're going to just wild out when these uproars and these crowds and civil war kicks up. Because the enemy will come in like a flood, man. There's going to be UN troops, Russian troops, Chinese troops, Korean troops coming in by the millions. And the only way you're going to make it through that, the standard got to be lifted up on your behalf. That's it. There is no other way to survive this. Unless you got the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shah, he lifts that standard up on your behalf. That's the only way you're going to make it through this. Salvation. Only going to come through Yahweh Shah. So, hey, that's why us in this truth sincerely, we put all our eggs in the basket on Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Because we know, I'm seeing it, man. The way Yahweh is showing me what's about to go down, that's the only way you're gonna make it through this, man. You gotta have that tawad, that spiritual power with you. You gotta have that. Because if not, a regular man's not gonna make it through this. Let's say if you make it through to this, you got your little hideaway spot, you got your doomsday food put up. What you gonna do when them nuclear missiles go off? Because that's what gonna climax to. When these devils see they losing and they can't win, and they see Yahweh Shah taking over, they gonna fire off the nukes, man. And it's gonna hit everywhere that Esau built up, and it's gonna bust it up big time. So your plan and how you should feel, you should want to get on a chariot. You should want to be with Yahweh Shah. That's where the safety is at. That's where the salvation is at. It's the only way you're gonna make it up out of here. And the uproars, man, everybody over praying, oh, maybe everything's smooth back over. It's not, man. This thing gonna get progressively worse. Why? Because the wicked is in rulership, and Yahweh Shah does not want the wicked ruler no more. This is it for them. So they came in with a bang. They better go out with a bang. This thing ain't about to smooth over. It's going to escalate and get more and more worse. And to prove that, let's go to this. Let's go to Proverbs. End off with Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Ain't nobody rejoicing right now except for the whole free leg. Everybody in the world right now is mourning. Why? Because the wicked's in rulership. And they rule very, foolish. Because they're fools. Esau are fools. Everything Yahweh said do, they do the opposite. That's how you know they're Antichrist or anti-Hamashiach. They do the opposite. And when you do the opposite, you make stuff bad for everybody that's up under you. When you rule like that. People are tired of alphabet agenda. People are tired of GMO foods. People are tired of, this unrighteous and oppressive monetary system where the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. That's stupid. I'm looking at Esau like the money got to circulate, dude. You can't just hoard all the money. God dang. You ain't getting people no hope. You ruining your circus, which, I'm happy about that. The Esau can't rule nothing. So I'm ready for Esau to come out of rulership. Only way we rejoicing because we know Esau about to fall. Other than that, we've been mourning too. Like everybody been getting oppressed by this devil, man. He doesn't do anything righteous. The animals is oppressed. The earth is oppressed. The earth is sick. And the devil been mixing chemicals and chemical warfare and cutting down trees. Nobody's happy under Esau's rulership. His woman ain't happy. His children ain't happy. That's why they smoking meth and fentanyl and all that. Nobody is. That devil ain't even happy. You look at Esau, he just look like he all messed up. And that's the ones I do see. And I'm telling how the elites feel. So we need a righteous order, man. We need harmony. The only way it's going to happen, that civil war has to go down. This kingdom has to break, and we're ready for it to break. So watch out for the riots and the uproars to intensify. And we ain't gonna be out there riding, throwing rocks and shooting our guns. We protest how we supposed to protest. We protest to Yahweh Shah, and we do it the way he told us to do it, in the righteous order. Pray to him, worship him. That's how we protest. We're not about to go out there in a riot and busting and throwing rocks, fighting for a country that ain't gonna give a damn about you. That's stupid. That's stupid. It ain't nothing gonna get accomplished about that either. You just gonna lose your life out there. So we're not about to be a part of that riot and the uproar. That's not gonna stop anything. The devil's gonna do their wicked plan regardless of how the people feel. and it's gonna, you know, come to a head because Yahushua is gonna give the devils the right to do that. So that's just useless. But you can't tell people the world that. So let them do what they're gonna do. Stay away from them, avoid them, and we're gonna be put up somewhere. And Lord willing, you know, we're found acceptable to Yahushua. That way we can get that salvation. Get on that chariot. You know, get that new body, get that spiritual power. Then comes the hedge of protection. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just up here looking at it. I'm looking at these riots, these uproars of the people, and they're getting bigger and bigger, man. You heard that woman said 200,000 Israelis protesting. 200,000, Yasharallah. That's a lot of people. With them marching, that's probably like an earthquake with them marching through, you know, running around throwing rocks and hollering. That's an uproar for real. And I feel like it's going to get bigger than that. You're going to see millions of people out there riding in a minute, especially when they cut the monetary system off. It's going to get worse. So, hey, Yasharallah, man, get everything in order, man. We almost home. It's about to get real crazy. Hey, and Lord willing, we're part of the hopeful elect. So with that, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasharallah, detail about Bob, Shalom.